Alexander Matthias here from Saxophone Masterclass. In this lesson, I'm going to show you the notes step by step for Careless Whisper. Now I'm going to be showing you all the notes on the alto sax, so this will work on alto and baritone saxophone. If you play tenor or soprano, you can still learn these notes, but it won't be in the same key as the original song. Now you can download the sheet music, fingerings, and note names for this saxophone solo at saxophonemasterclass.com/Careless Whisper. There's a link in the description of this video, so just click that and you can download it right away, and it's going to make it a lot easier to follow along to this lesson. Now the notes of the solo are in D major, so if you don't know the notes of D major, check out my other video on how to play every note of D major. There's a link in the description of this video, and you can also download all the fingerings and note names for D major as well. The notes of D major are D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, and C sharp. And these are all the notes that are going to be in the Careless Whisper sax solo. Now I'm going to play the entire solo first, and I'm going to show you each bar one by one. So if you want, you can just pause the video and try to learn the notes that way. But if you're still having trouble with the notes, I actually go through each note and each bar one by one after I play you the whole solo. If you're looking for more lessons like this, don't forget to subscribe. I put out videos every single week. And do me a favor and comment below what your favorite solo is on the saxophone, because I'm always looking for new ideas of what saxophone solos and songs that I want to cover on this channel. If you really want to improve your saxophone skills and get more lessons from me, why not check out my Saxophone Masterclass membership, where I have literally hundreds of different videos on how to improve your tone, how to improve your technique, how to improvise, as well as a ton of other tutorials on different songs and saxophone solos, where I break everything down step by step and also show you different ways that you can warm up and practice so you can improve your ability to play those songs and solos on the saxophone. I also have a complete beginner course called Saxophone from Scratch that takes you from playing your first notes to playing your first songs like Happy Birthday and Amazing Grace and a bunch of other easy songs on the saxophone. Now if you really want to get more in depth into how to play this solo just like the saxophone player on the record, I actually talk about how to do all the different embellishments like bends and glissandos inside the Saxophone Masterclass membership. I break everything down step by step and show you exactly what the saxophone player is doing, and I also have an entire course where I go into even more detail on how to do trills, how to do falls, how to growl on the saxophone, as well as how to do jazzy turns on the saxophone as well. All of these techniques are great for embellishing your melodies and solos on the sax. So if you want to learn more about that and get access to all of those videos, just go to saxophonemasterclass.com or click the link below where you can get access to that course as well as hundreds of other videos. So first I'm going to play you the entire solo, and then I'm going to take you through everything step by step. So in this lesson, I'm going to take you through each of the notes one by one without the embellishments such as glissandos and bends. We're just going to figure out how to play each individual note so you know how to play the melody of this solo. So I'm going to break everything down one bar at a time, starting with the first bar. So we're going to start on F sharp with the octave key, which is this note. From there, we move up to high C sharp with the octave key, down to B, then down to F sharp with the octave key, then D. So that first part of that first bar sounds like this. And we continue on by just playing those same notes starting on C sharp. So we just repeat C sharp to B to F sharp and D. So that first bar sounds like this. So that's the first bar of Careless Whisper. Now I'm going to show you the second bar, which starts on the note A. So we're going to start on A with the octave key. Then we move down to G with the octave key, D with the octave key, and then we jump down to B without the octave key. So it sounds like this. Make sure you're tonguing each note so you're able to get it out cleanly. Then we go back up to A, then G, and then D, all with the octave key. So that second bar sounds like this. So that's the second bar. Now I'm going to play you both bars together. So that's bar 1 and 2 together. Now we're going to move on to the third bar. It starts on the note G with the octave key. So we start on G with the octave key, F sharp with the octave key, then D with the octave key. Then we jump down to B again with no octave key, and then finally land on G. So that's bar 3 of the Careless Whisper sax solo. Now we move down to F sharp and we literally just play a D major scale going all the way up to F sharp in the higher octave. Let me show you what I mean. So we land on G at the end of the third bar, and the beginning of the fourth bar starts on F sharp. And from here we just go up the D major scale. So we go F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D with the octave key, E, and then F sharp finally. And that's where we lead back in to the second part of the solo, and we go up to that high C sharp. So that fourth bar starts in F sharp, and we just play the D major scale going up to the F sharp with the octave key before going up to the high C sharp that starts the solo one more time. And that's pretty much all the notes of the solo. In the second part of the solo, we just land on a different note. So we repeat everything exactly the same until we get to the very last note of the solo. So in the next part of the solo, we're actually repeating the same notes as the first 4 bars, and then we conclude the entire solo on a different note. We conclude the solo on the note B. So let me play you that second part of the solo, and I'm going to finish on the note B without the octave key. So as you can hear, I'm playing the exact same notes as those first 4 bars, the first part of the solo, but then I just finish on the note B without the octave key. And from there, the vocal comes in. And that's the entire saxophone solo at the beginning of Careless Whisper. Alright everyone, that's how to play Careless Whisper on the saxophone. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Remember, this is just the basic notes. I go into a lot more detail on how to embellish the melody, on how to play glissandos and bends on the saxophone solo, just like the pro sax player on the recording. Just click the link in the description or go to saxophonemasterclass.com and you can learn all about how to play like the pros. There's hundreds of step-by-step lessons in there on tone, technique, embellishments, improvising, even cheat sheets on how to learn all your scales on the saxophone, as well as how to learn different songs and different sax solos with the sheet music. If you're just starting out, I go through everything step-by-step from how to play your first notes to how to play your first songs in my course, Saxophone from Scratch. So check it out, there's a link in the description, or just go to saxophonemasterclass.com. Alright everyone, if you want more lessons like this, don't forget to subscribe and press that notification bell so you can be alerted every single time I upload a video. Until next week, happy playing.